Go.
Hi there, I'm David Baxter, Vice President of Development for Legion M, the world's first fan-owned entertainment company. And as you can see, I look like I've been in a fight, but actually I'm in cosplay. One of our films, Mandy, which is a thriller that Nicolas Cage stars, and this is his character, Red Miller. And I'm psyched to be here at WonderCon. We always have the best time because this is where our investors are.
Got it. So how did you start up with Legion M? Like how did it start to become a company?
So
can you tell us a little bit more
the way
about
that I became involved in Legion M was that I had been doing some consulting with Jeff Aniston, one of the founders of the company. It was before Legion M actually existed. And I had been introduced by a common friend. We had all gone to UCLA. I came from a background of development in Hollywood, and I'm a member of the Writers Guild, and I had written comic books and screenplays, and I'd been an executive for many years. And Jeff was interested in learning about the Hollywood community, about the fan community. I didn't know at the time that he was planning Legion M. And then it was almost exactly 3 years ago. So when he first formed the company, he called me, and he called a friend of mine, Terry Luberoff, who I had introduced him to, and we were the first hires of the company. So we are the Los Angeles contingent of Legion M, and Jeff Aniston and Paul Scanlon are the founders, and they are both in Silicon Valley.
Okay,
and,
so everyone's kind of scattered everywhere in a way.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, actually, when we have an executive in New York, we have an executive in the UK, and but it's still a very small core team.
Got it. So as far as future projects go, what are you guys working on right now for the company as well?
Oh, there's so many things
can you give us
that
a
we're
little
working on. Well, one of the big piece of news is that we, for the very first time, have teamed up with a actual studio, Fox Searchlight. Fox Searchlight had the Oscar-winning film, The Shape of Water.
Wow.
And we're very big Guillermo del Toro fans. So we had helped them do a screening and a Q&A, and we sold out this huge auditorium. And we said we'd love to work with a studio. And so for the first time, Fox Searchlight came to us, and they wanted us to help promote their biopic about J.R.R. Tolkien. And I'm a huge fan of Tolkien and have been since I was a little kid. So for me, it's like a dream come true. And from a standpoint of a production company, to work with a studio and for a studio to trust us with their projects, it's a wonderful bit of credibility for us. So I'm very happy about that. So that's a movie that's coming out on May 10th.
May 10th, okay.
The other project that I think I'm most excited about is actually a comic book. It's called Girl with No Name, and it's based on a screenplay that we were shown, which is an homage to the old spaghetti westerns. So it's sort of a classic revenge western, but instead of a male lead, we have a female lead, and she's kick-ass and smart, intelligent, and it sort of flips the narrative about westerns, because westerns are traditionally so male-dominated. We wanted to do something totally different, and we were approached because nowadays, people who want to finance movies, they always want to have some kind of proof that an idea, will be a success. So for Tolkien, you have millions of people who've read Lord of the Rings. Oh, there's an audience there. But how do you do that with a female Western? So we came up with the idea with the director to do a one-off comic book. And not just any comic book, but a sort of large format that could almost be a coffee table book. And in this comic book, we'd explore the origins and how the girl with no name became the girl with no name. And we thought, okay, well, let's do a Kickstarter. Let's see how many people actually would want to buy this comic book. We thought, okay, let's try to raise $6,000. And we'll print enough that all those people get it. So we raised $6,000 within 2 hours of the Kickstarter.
2 hours.
And
wow.
as of today, we've raised over $80,000.
That's awesome.
So we know that we have an audience.
Got it. That's the
and that
main
what
thing.
we can do now is go to a financier or a studio, and we have proof. Here's a comic book. You can see what the movie will look like, and we know that there's, we've gone 1,000% over our goal. And in a world where there's so much static, there's so many things that are that are coming out. It's so hard to sort of go, hey, look at me. This is a perfect way that we have proven that our community, when shown something of quality. And by the way, the comic book is created by an all-female team. So
that's
all
even
the
more
artists,
awesome.
well, so much of fandom. I don't think a lot of people realize. In the old days,
It's changing now. It's evolving.
totally changing.
Uh-huh.
20 years ago, the vast majority of people who came to comic conventions were young men and aging men who loved comics when they were kids. That demographic has totally changed.
Yeah.
I think it's parity right now. We're very, very close to 50-50. And to me, television is in a golden age. There's all kinds of, the best writings in TV. And I think what's happening right now is finally writers, directors who are women are finally getting a chance. Things like Captain Marvel are proving beyond a shadow of a doubt. There's an audience there. The key is it's got to be good. And so that's the project that I'm particularly excited about.
That's great. So as far as fans, because I know this is a fan-owned company,
yes,
right? So what can other fans expect for the company, and how can they contribute in a way to be more involved with this as a whole?
As Legion M, we're fan-owned, but you don't actually have to buy shares to be part of the community.
Okay.
So the Legion M, it's an M with a bar over it. That's the Roman numeral for 1 million. And our goal is to get 1 million investors. The minimum is $100. The average is about $500 investment. And if we can get to 1 million investors, that would be between $100 and $500 million to make movies that those fans want to see. But the most important thing is it would be a community of 1 million people who love their particular fandom. And that would change Hollywood forever. Because if 1 million people show up that first weekend for a movie's opening, it sets a trajectory for the success of that film. If you do it, if it's a Netflix thing, if 1 million people suddenly are watching that particular show, Netflix knows it.
They do.
Everybody knows it.
They know their audience.
So this is it's a whole new paradigm. It's a whole new way to approach the consumption of media. We're the ones who are paying the studios to go see Avengers. Why shouldn't the fans have some kind of say in things? I mean, look, we can't. Great art's not created by committee, and to have 1 million people saying, let's make this character do that, doesn't work. You have to believe in the talent who's creating it. But what we can do, and I'm amazed the studios and other people haven't done this, is if you have a community, ask them what they like. Talk to them. Find ways to interact with them. We had a fantastic thing happen at the Sundance Film Festival this year. There are about 120 films that got in. There are 2 development people at our company, myself and our COO. We cannot see 120 movies. It's not humanly possible. So what we did is we took all of the data We knew, little log lines about each of these films. We put it into a database, and we turned it into a game. And we asked our 80,000 members, first, tell us what movies you'd want to see. Then tell us what movies you think would be successful. And what we're doing is essentially figuring out who amongst our people are very good at picking winners from a commercial standpoint, and also we're getting a sense of what our community is interested in. And, the top 5 films in Sundance, which Terry and I went to see, 4 of them were already bought before they even showed up. And we wouldn't have a chance to do it. But the fifth one, we were able to see the movie, speak to the director, and now we are in the final negotiations to acquire our first film and distribute it ourselves.
That is amazing news.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
I've worked in the industry for so many years, and I've been a fan. My first Comic-Con was 1975.
1975.
I was 11.
Wow. Big difference from now.
Oh my God! Well,
can't even.
For me, I feel most at home here. This is, these are the fans who go to Comic-Cons and pop culture conventions. They're the most pure. They're people who are willing to do, whatever they can. And to answer your question, what we want from the community is to talk to us, and we want them to meet each other, because there are creatives within the community. The things that make us most happy are when they speak to each other, and projects can develop on the side, even if we don't do them. The important thing is to have a place to go where you can talk to like-minded people who love art.
That's awesome. Thank you so much, David.
Oh, it's my pleasure.
So great. And
Please.
Get everyone updated with all this.
Yes.
Yes.
And come to www.legionm.com. We don't have an offering for stocks right now, but you can join for free. Come on by, see what we're doing. Our Kickstarter for Girl with No Name is still open.
Perfect.
Please join and join the Legion.
All right. Thank you so much.
Oh no, it's my pleasure.